Most gardeners throw away corn husks and old newspapers without a second thought. In just 14 days, those two free materials produce the richest, darkest, most nutrient-dense compost this garden has ever seen. And it cost absolutely nothing to make. Every season, home gardeners spend real money on bagged compost from the garden center, assuming it delivers the best results. The problem is that most commercial compost contains unknown fillers, inconsistent nutrient levels, and sometimes even synthetic additives that have no place in an organic garden. It is money spent on convenience, not quality. Once you understand what your soil actually needs to thrive, you realize the best compost you will ever use is the kind you make yourself, from materials sitting in your kitchen and recycling bin right now. Corn husks are a nitrogen-rich organic material that decompose quickly when shredded or torn into smaller pieces, providing the fuel your microbial community needs to get active fast. Newspaper is a high-carbon source. It adds physical structure to the pile, absorbs and holds moisture evenly, and feeds the fungi and bacteria that do the actual work of breaking everything down. Getting the carbon-to-nitrogen ratio right is the single most important factor in fast, hot composting, and this combination hits it almost perfectly without any measuring or guesswork. Think of it as two puzzle pieces that were built to fit together. One of the most common questions about this method is whether newspaper ink is safe for use in an organic garden. Modern newspaper printing uses soy-based inks, which are non-toxic and completely safe for soil and food production. Both black and white and color-printed newspaper break down cleanly without leaving harmful residues in your finished compost. The one material to avoid is glossy magazine stock, which uses a different coating process. Standard newsprint of any kind is fully safe and effective for this purpose. The materials list for this project is intentionally simple. You need dried or fresh corn husks from the kitchen, old newspaper from your recycling bin, a basic compost bin or a designated corner of your garden with good airflow, a garden fork for turning, and a watering can. That is everything required. No purchased activators, no amendments, and no special containers. The simplicity is exactly what makes it so powerful for gardeners who want results without complexity or cost. Your composting space does not need to be elaborate. A simple square frame built from scrap lumber, a circle of chicken wire staked into the ground, or even a large plastic container with holes drilled in the sides will all work well. The essential requirements are that air can circulate through the pile from multiple directions and that moisture can be retained without the pile becoming waterlogged. A loose piece of cardboard or a scrap of wood placed over the top on heavy rain days is enough to protect the pile without cutting off the airflow it needs. Before we get into the exact step-by-step layering method and show you what this pile looked like on day 14, take 1 second right now and hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. It keeps this channel growing and helps other organic gardeners find videos like this one. Start by tearing the corn husks into strips roughly 3 to 4 inches wide. Smaller pieces break down dramatically faster than whole husks, so spending a few minutes on prep before building the pile gives the entire process a significant head start. Tear the newspaper into hand-sized pieces and have your watering can filled and ready before you place the first layer. Place a 3-inch base layer of torn newspaper at the bottom of your bin or directly on the ground. Add a 2-inch layer of shredded corn husks on top, then mist the combined layers with water until the pile feels like a wrung-out sponge, damp but not dripping. Continue alternating newspaper and corn husks in the same ratio, watering each new layer as you build, until the pile reaches at least 18 inches in height. A taller pile generates and holds heat more effectively, which directly speeds up the breakdown timeline and gets you to finished compost faster. Within 24 to 48 hours of building the pile, you should feel heat rising from the center when you push your hand or a garden fork into the material. This heat is produced by microbial activity, the bacteria and fungi consuming the organic material and generating warmth as a natural byproduct of decomposition. Temperatures inside an active hot compost pile can reach between 130 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to destroy weed seeds and accelerate breakdown of even tough, fibrous material. If you do not feel heat after 48 hours, add a fresh layer of corn husks and a light misting of water, then check again the following day. Every 2 to 3 days, use a garden fork to turn the pile thoroughly. Move material from the cooler outer edges toward the hot center and bring the center material to the outside. This introduces fresh oxygen and ensures every part of the pile gets equal exposure to the high heat zone where decomposition is most active. Check moisture every time you turn. If the pile feels dry and powdery, add a fine misting of water. If it smells sour or feels soggy, add a few extra sheets of torn newspaper to restore the carbon balance and improve airflow through the pile. The most frequent mistake with this pile is adding too much water at once, which suffocates the microbial activity and creates an anaerobic environment that produces sour odors rather than the clean, earthy smell of healthy decomposition. Always add water gradually in a fine mist and check the moisture level before deciding to add more. The second most common mistake is building the pile too small. Anything under 12 inches high will not retain enough heat for active breakdown, and you end up with slow cold composting instead of the 14-day result. A pile between 18 inches and 4 feet in any direction hits the practical sweet spot for heat retention and airflow that makes this method work. On day 14th, the pile contained a dark, rich, crumbly compost that smelled like a forest floor after rain. That deep, clean, earthy scent every experienced gardener recognizes as a sign of healthy organic life. The corn husks and newspaper were completely unrecognizable, having broken down entirely into the surrounding material. What remained was a near-black, dense, nutrient-loaded compost that crumbled easily between the fingers, and the total volume had reduced to roughly 40 to 50% of the original pile height, which is exactly what a well-managed hot compost pile should produce. Spread a 1 to 2 inch layer of finished compost as a top dressing across active vegetable beds, and work it gently into the top 4 to 6 inches of soil. For containers and raised beds, replace up to 25% of your existing potting mix with finished compost to dramatically improve water retention and nutrient availability through the rest of the growing season. You can also brew a simple compost tea by soaking a generous handful of finished compost in a bucket of clean water for 24 hours, then pouring the liquid directly at the base of your most demanding plants for an immediate root zone boost. For fruit trees and established perennials, apply compost in a wide ring around the drip line of the canopy where the feeder roots are most active. Homemade compost does far more than add nutrients. It actively rebuilds the microbial ecosystem that plant growth depends on at every stage of the season. The cellulose from both corn husks and newspaper feeds a broad range of beneficial soil fungi, which in turn help plant roots access phosphorus, calcium, and trace minerals already present in your native soil. Over multiple applications, this cycle of feeding and rebuilding creates a self-sustaining soil system that requires fewer outside inputs with every passing season. Regular compost applications also improve drainage in clay-heavy soils and water retention in sandy soils at the same time. It is one of the only amendments that corrects both problems at once. In 14 days, using nothing but corn husks from the kitchen and old newspaper from the recycling bin, here is exactly what we produced. A finished black gold compost that is genuinely better than most of what you can buy at the garden center, at zero cost, with no special equipment, and no complicated process. Once you make this once, you will never look at corn husks, grass clippings, or kitchen scraps the same way again. This is what organic gardening is really about, using what you already have to give your soil exactly what it needs. If this video gave you a new way to think about organic waste, please hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps more gardeners find this channel and this kind of content. Subscribe if you have not already, so you never miss a new method, experiment, or result video, and drop a comment below. Tell me what kitchen or garden scraps you have been throwing away that you think could become your next batch of black gold. I read every comment and would love to know what you are working with.